I want to right every wrong.
Together as one, we can right every wrong.
I want to right every wrong.
Together as one,
We can right every wrong.
I want to right every wrong. And together as one, we all can right every wrong.
I want to right every wrong.
Together as one, we can right every wrong.
I want to right every wrong, and together as one, we can right every wrong.
I want to right every wrong.
And together as one, we can right every wrong.
I want to right every wrong. Together as one, we can right every wrong.
Hi, I'm Tavleen Mendirata and I'm a Rex Karmaveer Global Fellow.
I'm Dr. Meenu Chopra and I'm a Rex Fellow.
Hi, I'm Deepika Narayan Bhardwaj. I'm a Rex Fellow.
My name is Ishita Katyal. I am a Rex Fellow.
The first session is the open mic. So I would invite people who want to come and speak on the open mic. Whoever hand goes up first. Yeah, alright. Her hand went up first. So you may come up.
Hello, namaste. I'm Trupti Agrawal. I am here to represent Letter of Light, a global open source independent movement. Last year, I co-founded the India chapter, through which we try to provide low-cost lighting solutions to areas where people don't have access to electricity or they simply cannot afford. Our tenets are very simple. We make it low cost, we make it community enabling. We try to make use of discarded waste material, the PET bottles that are lying here. We try to make out light from these. We try to use medical waste. There are so many solar companies here, but we are not chasing numbers. We are trying to reach where no one reaches. Next week we are doing our project to light up 2 tribal villages. We are working with global aid already. We recently launched a crowdfunded campaign because that was, so far we've been doing it on our own, but now we need big money. I honestly don't know why I'm here, because I haven't done enough of work, but I'm taking this opportunity to ask you guys to help me out here. My 2 asks, very simple ask are, I want to work in education space because my strong opinion and strong belief is, unless and until we sensitize our children who are from elite schools and the public schools, we won't be able to bridge the gap. The second thing that I am here to ask you is, we do a very detailed need assessment and we work with NGOs. So if any of you know of areas which are completely dark and inaccessible, where the government doesn't reach, okay, please let me know, please come and we would be more than happy to work along with you. That's all. Thank you.
So who wants to come up next? Rachna, do you want to come up next? Alright. We'll go with Rachna and then we'll go with you.
Namaste and good morning everyone. I'm here to talk about my initiative in the field of religious tourism. We are working for this, as we all know that the government is helping to promote religious tourism in India, but still there are so many places which the people don't know, and there are so many problems. Because of that, people don't want to go to those places in spite of their belief, and in spite they want to visit those places. So the major 2 problems in this area are, first, the lack of information about these places, and secondly is the lack of the infrastructure in these places. We want to promote these places so that people can go there and have their religious cruises and meet their divine, which they really want to do it. But we are working in this aspect as we have taken few steps towards it. We are launching an e-portal which will only cater to the religious tourism across India. Secondly, what we are doing is we are providing a lot of content about these places so that it's easy for the people to reach to these places. If they know beforehand about these places, it will be easy for them to go there. And this content will be about, these places will be about the history of the place, how to reach there, the overview of the place, tourist attractions, Plus, it is going to be a blend of a religion. Plus, you can move about those places as you are aware what to do, where to go, and how to go there. So, a lot of groundwork and a content is provided. We have already provided information about 500 places, and it's going to be an ongoing process. And this portal is going to provide you the information about all the religions across India, be it Sikhism, Buddhism, Jainism, Islam, anybody. No differentiation, because the divine above, it's the same for all of us. No difference in that. Only the ways in which we reach is the only difference. So that they can help us promote and provide infrastructure for various places. So we are meeting various state government boards so that they can help us promote, as well as they can help us provide us the infrastructure so that people can go and see these places. Thank you.
Thank you, Rachna. Do we have any questions for Rachna?
My name is Shruti Kapoor. I'm the founder of Safety. Thanks for your initiative. I'm sorry I did not get the name of your portal or initiative, so if you could just let us know what that is.
The name of our portal is myholy2.com. It is yet to be launched, and we'll be launching it in another 1 month's time.
And what kind of help are you looking from?
See, in this platform we are looking for, like, if you can have any suggestions so that we can make it better, and any suggestions for improving and developing the religious tourism across India, that would be really great.
Thank you.
Alright, thank you, Rachna.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Namaskar. Good morning, everyone. I'll start with a quote. Good art is a form of prayer. It is a way to say what is not sayable. As I introduced yesterday, I am a performer, a trainer, mentor, and choreographer. I'll reflect back my journey. I started as a mathematician and a computer software engineering person, and I was offered a job with IBM. But that day I rejected it because I started dancing from a very tender age, and dance for me was more than my passion. It was actually my prayer, and it continues to be my prayer. And staying the best for 18 years, I decided that I'm just going to move back to Kolkata and started my initiative, which I call We Create, We Care. And through this initiative, I started working with the trafficked girls, the daughters of the sex workers, the people who are having Jaipur limbs, and deaf people. And started with cultural empowerment, training them effectively, mentoring them, and helping them to express themselves creatively through physical language and more of a body language. And using that cultural empowerment, we have been able to create productions based on real life stories. And these productions have been performed in the major venues and stages and festivals right now in Bengal, but we would like to definitely showcase their work across India and abroad. And of course, it's been a huge struggle because to get the trust from such vulnerable girls, it's very difficult. But I've been putting in my passion, my effort, so that I can help these girls to smile. Thank you.
It's brilliant work. Any questions?
Can you throw some light? It was inspiring to see you here what you said. Can you throw some light on what is cultural empowerment?
Yeah, when I talk about cultural empowerment, you see, taking them into the mainstream of dance, music, drama, it would not be easy to teach them as I would be teaching any normal students. Because you see, they are lacking the affection from their parents. They are strictly living in a very disciplined manner. So when I started working with them, I had to first get out their stories, their real life stories and the horrors they have faced. And then slowly I got them to transform those stories into meaningful dance, theatre expressions, which they could then perform and deliver it on stage in front of normal public. Because I never wanted to gain sympathy for them. I never liked that. So they should be the ones who should really stand out proud of their work so that they can make their own journey.
Thank you, ma'am. All right. Who's our next speaker? All right, ma'am. Okay.
Namaste. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Ramesh Sharma. She is my wife, Sri Devi. Madhava Seva, Madhava Seva. This means service to humanity is service to God. We work in the field of supporting orphans and orphanages. We have a concept called FACES, F-A-C-E-S, Food, Aid, Growth in Education and Shelter. We generate money to support the orphans and orphanages in two ways. One is, I have designed this music chakra which is called Sri Saraswati 72 Melakatta Chakra. The sale proceeds of this chakra goes to the orphans and orphanages. We sell this chakra to the schools and college students as well as the general public. The benefit of this chakra is, even if you do not know anything about music or music scales, you can play by yourself seeing the keyboard on this chakra. The second concept is, we generate money by asking the school and college students to contribute their monthly collection of newspapers, like yesterday one madam was telling. This we have been doing for the last 10 years. And the money generated goes to support the orphans and orphanages. There are more than 3.3 crore orphans in India as per UNICEF, and which is growing at the rate of 5,000 orphans being added every day in India, which is a very huge number. And to support an orphanage of 130 students requires only for food around 1 lakh rupees per month, which is generated through sale of this chakra and papers. And also, the sale proceeds of this chakra goes to support lymph node cancer patients in the age group of 20 to 25 years. Now I leave it to my wife to say a few words.
Namaskar. And I adopted 2 orphanages in Chennai and as well as Warangal in Andhra. I am supporting the people through our FACES program. So anybody can join our FACES program. You cannot come to Chennai. So you can do what I am doing in Chennai. You can do your place itself. So you please cooperate with you please tell this program to your nearest colleges and schools, and you share with this FACES program. We will tell you our website. Our website is faces108.com. You can go through that, and what I am doing you can also do in your places. You please help put a smile on their faces. Thank you very much.
One question, do you take volunteers?
Yes, we do take volunteers, and if you see our website, there is a separate field for enrolling of volunteers, wherein in their locality and their colleges or schools nearby their locality, they can connect with them and go to the nearest orphanage and do what we are doing, especially in terms of collection of newspapers.
And these are school children, say class 11, class 12, who have the time to do that?
No, anybody, from LKG to 12th standard, yes.
Yeah, so can you just tell me again, like, do you give financial aid or do you need financial aid? Because I work in the field of cancer. My name is Dr. Captain Ritu Biyar.
Yeah, so generally we are supporting orphans who are suffering from lymph node cancer.
Okay.
And generally this cancer affects youth, generally in the age group of 16 to 25 and above that.
Yeah.
So we are in the process of actually generating funds through these 2 processes to support orphans who are affected by lymph node cancer.
I would be very happy to give my card in case I can be of any help in this particular field.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I'll just call you next. Yeah.
Hello. I'm raising awareness on female feticide, and basically my dream is to start a movement called Mothers Against Sex Selection. I have twin daughters, and when I was pregnant, my in-laws got the sex determination done and they were forcing me to abort them. But that is a past story now. When I decided to come out and file a complaint, the authorities who were supposed to take action on my complaint, they told me to go back and give my husband a son. And this is the for abortion. The legal fights are very costly. There's a lot of corruption. So right now I'm only with an idea because I was the first complainant. I faced a lot of harassment. But what I want is this to become a mass movement, that is Mothers Against Sex Selection. I mean, support from the society for such women. They are many times abused. They need medical support. They need legal support. That's it. Thank you.
It's horrendous, basically, but I think, how many of you know the mission statement of India? What is the mission statement of India? Does India have a mission statement? No? And we talk about democracy, right? India has a mission statement. It's been reduced to a television show today. Imagine Reliance Industries sponsors The Truth. Sounds like a bloody joke. Reliance Industries sponsoring The Truth. The show is called Satyamev Jayate, but Satyamev Jayate is not a stupid show. It's the mission statement of India. Only the truth will triumph. But when we don't know it, how will the truth be there? And that's why you don't see the truth in this country. Now, like I was saying yesterday, most people have forgotten human values and we don't even know our fundamental duties. Fundamental duty number 5 of the Indian Constitution says, renounce practices derogatory to the dignity of women. Every goddamn practice in this country is derogatory to the dignity of women. If we don't know, how will it happen? People tell me in urban India, when I speak about this to men in companies where I train, they say, Jay, you know that probably in rural India. In urban India, we respect women. I say, is that right? So let me ask you a simple question. Did you give half your property to your sister? If not, don't teach me respect for women. That is respect. If you can't respect your sister, how can you respect anyone? The messaging I hear in Goa, the messaging I hear in Punjab is, I am giving you something, so be happy. Who are you to give? It's not charity, it's an equal right. Now we don't know, our fundamental duties are very powerful, but if we don't know them, how will it happen? These are the horrendous crimes. Female feticide is the incidence, the ratio is the highest, not in Haryana, not in Punjab, not in Rajasthan. The highest incidence, the highest percentage is in South Bombay. Educated, elitist women killing their own children before they're born. This is a fact, not fiction. So I'll open the floor for questions.
My question is, like you would have heard me yesterday as well. So while we have misuse, the genuine victims also do not get justice. So what is really happening? Because you're not the only one. I have met women who were needy, who were really victimized, and they are still fighting, struggling for years and years. And on the other side, there are some people who are greedy on the other side and misusing for their own benefit. So who's getting justice in our courts really?
See, one thing which I would like to start off is, you are talking about injustice to men. I would like to say, go to the peripheries where wife beating, female feticide, they are the norm and that's accepted by many, even women, that it's okay.
Right.
I mean, it's a right of a man to beat his wife. Yeah. Many even females say so.
Yes.
So, if you see, go to those peripheries and you see there, you will understand the need for the women-friendly laws which we have. If 7,000 female feticides are happening every day, and we have not been able to convict even 1,000 doctors who are doing it, it is something seriously wrong. Who is getting justice? Even I don't know. I have not got it till date, despite all the proofs with me in my hand. I've got the proof that sex education was done.
I just have one suggestion and I would like to pose it to everybody.
Just
human rights activists. Yeah, sure, please.
Yeah. So that means that even the United Nations, they passed a statement last year that India is sitting on a time bomb. With the sex ratios dropping, the crime against women, the rapes, polyandry, I mean one woman being shared by many brothers, by many men, trafficking, all this is bound to increase. India is becoming a violent country because of the decline in sex ratios. And there is so much, I mean, if I go to the court, mostly I am crying while the other party is standing there and laughing at me. Reason being, I am told by the judges, you are the convict. A female judge told me that
people are fighting with statistics. Statistics is not the problem here. The problem is delay in justice. And I think everyone needs to fight for judicial reforms and police reforms first. That should be the biggest priority of anybody fighting for a social cause. I have met men's rights activists, I meet women rights activists. The problem lies in our police and judiciary. Until they change, nothing will change. Trust me.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. We'll kind of conclude over there. Thank you so much. So, this is a big issue. I know that there's a lot of injustice happening towards men, but I think the injustice happening towards women is much more. So we can't forget that, right? And it is a patriarchal society. Whether we like it or not, even in a so-called matriarchal society called Kerala, the woman is not so respected. Probably you see a little respect for women in India in a place called the Northeast, nowhere else. Not in Goa, not in Punjab, not in Gujarat, nowhere else, right? So I think this starts from home, this starts from school. We're not saying that men are lesser than women or women are lesser than men. We're equal. It's fair, right? Now this mindset about having a male child runs deep. I work very closely with a man called Sanjeev Dutta, and I wrote this in a piece which I wrote for a business magazine around a month ago. And Sanjeev Dutta is the person who is now caught in insider trading and is in jail. And I always felt that Sanjeev Dutta is a very intelligent guy. The wisdom, the awareness and the consciousness was missing. And I remember in 2008 while working with him, I asked him one question. I said, Rajat, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. The first question which I asked him was, Rajat, we have 4 daughters. So he said, what's the question? I said, you know the question. So he said, I asked him whether I was trying for a son. I said, yeah. So he said, Jerry, is there something wrong with that also? I said, there's nothing wrong with that. It's typical Indian male mindset. But you're not just any Indian male. You're an American Indian. You're Sanjeev Dutta. You're McKinsey and Company. And you hobnob with princes and presidents and God knows who. And you live most of your life in America. If you have that mindset, I have a problem. And the reason I asked him this question is that a little before that we had a debate about ethical funding, because while setting up the Public Health Foundation of India, I refused because I said I've written the ethical policy. We can't take money from Reliance, we can't take money from Vedanta, we can't take the money from the Adanis because there are huge conflict of interests here, right? And that's the reason I was having this conversation with him, because he kept saying in the debate that I made promises to my friends, and that was my second question to him: be careful about the friends you choose. And the same friends took him down today. So this mindset about a male child runs very deep in the Indian male psyche. And in the female psyche also, right? So I think we need to address that more than judiciary reforms and things like that. This has to be addressed at home, yeah? Thank you. It all starts at home. Who wants to come next? Yes, sir?
Hi, good morning. I'm Pradeep. I'm working with the rickshaw pullers in India and the project called Rickshaw Bank. So I think all of you are aware about the cycle rickshaw. How many of you have driven the rickshaw? Okay. See, long time back, I'm basically from Guwahati. And I just ride in a cycle rickshaw. And I had a conversation with the rickshaw pullers. So I just asked the rickshaw pullers, that since how long you have driving this rickshaw? He answers 16 years. Then I asked that how much you earn? So he said around 80 rupees per day. Then I asked that who owned this rickshaw? He has given someone else's name. Means for 16 years he is driving his rickshaw, but he never owned his rickshaw. And he is paying every day 50 rupees as a rent. And he is driving that rickshaw for 16 years. So by that time I reached my destination and I got down and I am busy with my work. But later on it has come to my mind. Then on next day I have just prepared a format and I have started doing a survey. And that survey shows that 95% of the rickshaw pullers in the country is really the same situation. They always hire a rickshaw, they never own a rickshaw. And they always pay, it varies from city to city, and they are paying on a daily rental basis. So what I have done, I have just, with that basis, I have tried and written to the different donor agency to get some support to start this activity. But I am not finding any way. Because people have the answer that these rickshaw pullers, they are always the migrant people. So nobody is interested to work. But that really disturbed me a lot. Then what I did, actually I just come out with a new idea. Because in my college time, I was involved with the student union and we have published some souvenir by getting some advertisement from the corporate. So I went to IIT Guwahati and discussed with the design team there and tried to come out with a new design rickshaw, which is well covered and it has a lot of advantage on that rickshaw. And then the new approach for fundraising was that we have designed that rickshaw in such a way that on the back side it's a space for 3 by 2 feet square size, and that time we have approached to the corporate. So ONGC, IOC and Hindustan Lever, they have come forward to support us, and that way we have established this rickshaw bank. So what we are doing, actually the whole newly designed rickshaw, along with the insurance, license, uniform, everything as a package we are delivering to the rickshaw puller. And we are asking them to pay us 50 rupees per day as the equal amount of the rent that they are paying on a daily basis. That we are considering as a repayment, and in maximum 15 months time, we just hand over the ownership to them. So far we have almost 50,000 rickshaw pullers we have covered, and this is, we are really working in different level, even we have come to the policies and all. Thank you with this.
Okay, thank you Mr. Sharma. Any questions for Mr. Sharma?
I wanted one suggestion. It's a great initiative. You can add a bit value, as you know, we are talking about a lot about solar initiatives. There are also solar rickshaws. I've seen them in Europe and also US in a couple of places. Probably you are tying up with big corporates. It's not a problem for you to add that value.
See, actually in 2008, along with CSIR and CMERI, we have come out with a new model of rickshaw, what we call Solexa. It's a solar battery operated rickshaw, which was launched here in Sanjeev and we have run for 3 years. But at that time there was a legal problem that you can't run a rickshaw with more than 250 watts motor. So we have restricted to 250 watts. That's why we are not able to expand. Because practically with 250 watts motor you can't ride a rickshaw. So ultimately after 3 years we have to stop that operation. Then this whole e-rickshaw business has come. Then again we are working with the government and then the new act has passed. And now this is being incorporated under the Motor Vehicle Act. So we are really working on every aspect on the rickshaws.
I am from Letter of Light. We work with low-cost solar lighting solutions, very low wattage but very powerful solutions, and we are kind of continuously innovating as per the need of the beneficiaries. Probably we can work together on this.
Yeah, already we have tried. I think if you have seen in the photograph, we have added a solar panel on the roof of the rickshaw.
I saw that. Yes.
And with that solar panel, we are charging a battery. And that battery really provides the lights on the front, on the back and on the top of the passengers. And also it runs FM radio and mobile battery charger. So that already we have started and it's already in the market. We are doing that.
Okay. Thank you Mr. Sharma. Thank you ma'am. Yes, we shall move on. We will have our last speaker in the open mic.
Thank you.
Yeah, later. Yeah.
Hello everyone. This is Akshay here. I am from Andhra Pradesh. I am studying engineering final. 1 year back we got an idea, it's a dating app. Right now if we build it, it will be successful. But 1 month we don't know where to go, where to mentorship, where to find. As I came from, I am studying in a small town. So then after 2 months I realized that, I and my team realized that building a dating app, instead of building a dating app, find a real problem where the students or everyone who have an idea. I believe that the startups, super smart startups will solve the large problems. So what we got is, we cannot find investors, at least for mentorship, accelerators, incubators, co-working spaces and networking. As Bangalore, Mumbai, Delhi, we can get networking events. Whereas we cannot get in our small towns. So what we built is, we are trying to build a social app where we can find entrepreneurs around in your location and across India. You can search and filter it, and you can find investors. You can find them like in which field he was interested to invest, in which field he had already invested. So we have such columns, and you can text with them, and it's your thing to impress the investor. And second thing is, you can find the co-working spaces, accelerators, incubators around, and you can find coffee shops around. You can have a meetup to local people in a coffee shop, or a meeting with an investor or entrepreneur in a coffee shop or hangout places. And we are trying to add as many as futures, and we know that the Indian startup ecosystem is 20 to 30 years back to other countries. So what we are trying to do is, with form of networking and co-working, and we can find startups around. It's a kind of app where we can, entrepreneurs, social entrepreneurs, they can group up and helping mutually each other and growing up. And we have made a timeline within 60 days we are going to release that app. So I need your feedback and evaluation of idea, any modifications, as you are all from entrepreneurs and social entrepreneur business investors alone.
Thank you, Akshay. Any questions for Akshay? I'm assuming that you've seen sites like AngelList. Okay, so the system that you created, I mean, there are systems like that around in the world, so they're good models that you can follow. Like there's AngelList, which is one of the largest networks for linking angel investors to entrepreneurs. So that's a model you can look at. One thing I strongly suggest is that you also have a section for mentors, because there are a lot of people who may not be able to give money, but are looking to mentor entrepreneurs.
Yeah, online mentors.
Right, so for example, there's another site called Mentor Square, which have done this. So what I'm saying is that just check out what the models already are there, because just do a search for angel investors, do a search for mentoring. You'll see a lot of sites which already are matching entrepreneurs and investors or mentors, and you can see the models out there, and you can probably adapt that. Right? But it's a good idea. I think that,
yeah, we are getting mentor from Startup Village with Reno Suresh and CEO. So we are working on, as instead of going back to the investors for raising funds, we have better mentors. That is good for startups.
Have you also tried crowdfunding? Crowdfunding to get small amounts of money for your site?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, this is Vineet Kumar. I work for an accelerator called Innovent. So I think, can you tell us which district you are working in? Like, I think you didn't mention that.
Andhra. I'm basically from Khmmam.
Okay.
It's near to Hyderabad.
So actually, the whole scope which you mentioned, we work within that space. So probably we can just get in touch.
Yeah.
Right.